Today's treat is going to be inspired from Pixar Fest. Last time we did a Luxo or Pixar ball cake pop. This time we're going to be doing the Alien Macarons. As always, everything you're going to need will be in the description box down below. Now let's get started. We're going to start by sifting our almond flour and powdered sugar. You can use a blender or food processor to get these as fine as possible. So here I'm just taking that cup of almond flour, sifting it through, and then adding my 2 cups of powdered sugar to this, sifting that together. And once you're done sifting, you can combine this well and then put it aside. Once you're done with that, grab your 3 eggs. You're going to want to separate these and get your egg whites. Make sure you don't break any of the yolks or add any yolk to this, because then you won't get the consistency you need in your egg whites. So just carefully separate these 3 eggs. And then we're going to start mixing it. I'm using a hand mixer, but if you have a stand mixer, you can use that. You're going to want to get it to a consistency where it's starting to form small bubbles. And once you notice that and it gets all frothy, add in your 1/4 cup of granulated sugar to this. Just slowly add it in. You don't want to dump it all in. Just sprinkle it in or make it rain onto that egg white. And then keep mixing this until you get stiff peaks. It should be about 5 to 6 minutes. Now you don't want to overmix your egg whites because then they will start to separate. You just want to get it at that perfect consistency. And then now we're going to dump half of the powdered sugar almond flour mixture into this. Fold it in just until it all gets combined in. You don't want to overmix. Once it's well combined, you can add in a few drops of the green gel food dye and add in the rest of your powder mixture and fold this all in together. So just get it to a consistency that runs off your spatula, but it's not too runny. It's kind of a ribbon effect. So when it starts to fall, it ribbons onto itself. Or if you split the batter, it will slowly come together. You kind of want it to be like this consistency. And then what I did is took about 1/4 of the batter and put it into the piping bag with the small tip, with the size 6 tip. And this will be for the ears and the antenna for the little details. And then the rest of that batter, I put it into a bag with a number 10 tip, and that will be for the rest of the head. So then here I printed out 2 sheets with the head outline and put a parchment paper on this on a sheet pan. If you guys want me to start including some templates for you guys to download, let me know and I will add that, and I can post it on Facebook or something. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like that. So then here what I did with the small tip is add those details. I piped the ears and the antennas. And you can always go back with a toothpick to clean it up if you see any bubbles or anything. And then with the number 10 tip, I went and filled in the rest of the head. These will need to sit for about an hour to an hour and a half or more depending on your climate, so they form a skin. So once you touch them, nothing sticks to your finger. And these will bake at 300 degrees for about 15 to 18 minutes depending on your oven. So then once you're done piping, just give this a couple taps and then let them rest and then bake them off once they form that skin. So while they bake or sit, we're going to prepare the buttercream. So I took about 4 ounces of butter and softened it up, added a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 2 cups of powdered sugar. Mixed that all well until it formed sort of a breadcrumb, and then added in a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice to this. From what I read, this was a lemon blackberry buttercream filling. So then to that, add in 2 tablespoons of blackberry puree and mix this all well. As well, from the pictures, I noticed that the filling was more on the purple tone. I added a little bit of pink and purple to the buttercream to make it a little darker and not so pink from the blackberry puree. And then put it in a piping bag to pipe onto the cookies easier. So after your cookies have baked and they easily come off the sheet pan, just put them aside to let them completely cool before we decorate. I took some royal icing and separated about 1/3 to make it black, and the rest of the white royal icing I put in a piping bag. This is going to be for the details, for the eyes, the pupils, and the smile that they have. So here I just dyed a little bit of it black and also put that in a piping bag. I didn't use a tip for any of these, but if you want more control, you are more than welcome to use a tip. So then find your smoothest, your prettiest macarons, and we're gonna add the faces to these. So what I did is piped out 3 white circles for the eyes. You can guide yourself with the antennas, start with 1 in the middle and then add the other 2. And then I added the pupils with the black royal icing. You want some stiff icing for this so that it holds its shape. And then I added the smiles, as you can see here, and there's my alien faces. So then I took the bottom ones, which would be the same size as the faces, and added the buttercream to this. As you can see, I'm just adding it to the main face section, not to the ears or anywhere else. Once you're done piping that buttercream in, just add the faces on top. And here's our little alien head. And that's how easy it is to make these macarons. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to leave another suggestion, leave it in the comments down below. If you want to see pictures of this and everything I make, I post on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and all my links are down below. And until next time, stay sweet.